So have you heard about any website which provides news for especially 8 to 15 years old kids and students, just to educate them about news and getting started with the news culture? I bet majority of you might not have heard about such news websites, but the founder with which I'm talking today, Anmol, he had created a news website for just for kids whose age group is between 8 to 15 years old. We'll be talking about how he created the website. Basically, he's from a law college, and from that he has shifted into entrepreneurship. How was that change, and much more things in this podcast. So stick to the very end. Subscribe to my channel before getting into this podcast, and follow me on Instagram because I upload many more things about upcoming podcast, upcoming podcast news about its topics, the people I'm going to make conversation with. So I'll be posting much more things on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram as soon as possible at Pranav_Patil70. And also now let us slip into this podcast to listen from Anmol himself about the story of Newsahoot. First of all, Anmol, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to the podcast. Basically, I really appreciate and I'm really grateful that you have taken out time from your busy schedule for this podcast. So now let us begin this podcast. And how is your day going, first of all?
It's going fine. We're sitting on Saturday weekend, so there's still some work to do, but it's been a good week for us.
Yeah, that's really great. So as per my research, I got to see that you have studied law at Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law. So how was your college experience, and there were any plans in college itself to start to make a startup in future about news and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I mean college was great. Lots of very fun, adventurous activities through and through. Law school is, it's not very easy. So I did a lot of internships. I had 2 job offers in hand before college finished. So it was a good time. We did a lot of things, international moots, this, that. But there were no plans in college, that I'd end up starting my own company. But I think in hindsight, I do feel that, I have held leadership positions in school, I've held leadership positions in college. So maybe starting my own company was the better fit than being a lawyer and working in a big law firm.
Yeah. That is a great one. So basically, you are from a law background, you have studied law. So how did you create the Newsahoot's website? How did you bring people together to work for your startup? And how was your initial days in working in Newsahoot and building the startup from scratch itself?
Right. So obviously, the skill set of a lawyer is very restricted, right? We can read the law, we know what to do, when to do, why to do, how to do, but getting into one, the technical aspect of things, and second, into the news aspect of things, was a completely different ballgame altogether, right? So what really helped out was that as a lawyer, you learn how to network properly, you build contacts, right? You kind of learn this ability that, if there is a big problem, you cut it down into little pieces and then you resolve that problem one by one. So that's exactly how Newsahoot came to be. I realized that when the COVID-19 second wave was ongoing, I realized that I wanted to do something more meaningful with my life than, sit in office for 20 hours. And I know that a lot of your audience would be seeing Suits and, it's very fancy. But if Suits were real life, they would just be sitting in front of a screen for 16 to 18 hours a day. So, that's every startup starts out with a vision, right? And my vision was that, maybe I want to contribute to society. So current affairs was something that I have been following for a very, very long time, and it was important that children also be brought into the ecosystem. So all adults in whatever capacity get the news, right? Somebody's reading in shorts, somebody's reading the newspaper, TV, radio, whatever. But children were completely out of the news ecosystem. So that is how the idea came to be. And once the idea was there, then of course, the next step is how do you execute it? How do you actually make something out of it? And that is a very, very big step, right? A lot of people said that, you can be a lawyer and you can do something else on the side. But running your own company means that, you have to dedicate, your every waking minute to it. Saturday, Sunday, din, raat, it doesn't matter then. So I was lucky enough to, find like-minded people. I networked properly, and these people also believed in the vision of Newsahoot. right? They believed that news should be made accessible. They understood the importance of what we were trying to do, and that is how we got somebody who would take care of our technical aspects, because of course we're a website. We got somebody on board, somebody who was in a senior editorialship position. So we were able to tell her that this is what we've set out to do, and that is how we slowly built a team. But I mean, all in all said, I mean, it's very, very important that you find the right people and you surround yourself with the right people. And that is how every day is a new challenge. It's a new difficulty. आज क्या resolve करेंगे? आज कौन सी आग लगी है? How do we take care of that? And that is how Newsahoot came to be, and that is how it's going.
Okay, that's completely great. So I saw the website's UI. I just gone through the Newsahoot's website, official, that is the article's website, and I got to see that I read one of the article. The article was about like the lumpy disease in cows and animals. So I just got to see that the UI is really interesting and responsive to like people and web designers also. So I saw that you have designed completely like from beginning itself, what is lumpy disease, then the points, how can you take care of that animals, and many more things like that. Then at the end of the every article I saw that there is a revision also. So I basically saw that you have created this website like very accessible and very simple for children also. That is really a great one that you have done. So what is your vision with that short-term vision, and also I'm going to ask, what is your long-term vision with Newsahoot? With like these two questions, your short-term vision and your long-term vision.
Interestingly put question, and I mean, I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on the Newsahoot website itself. So if you go to any traditional news website, any English news website, right, Times of India, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, the entire website is covered with links, right? There's pictures, links, crime, politics, XYZ, ABC, and you as a user, you don't know what to do, where to click, when to click, how to click. So there are a lot of things that are quite problematic in traditional news websites, and for children, I mean, these are all points of distraction. So when we were building the Newsahoot website, we realized that we want to eliminate points of distraction. You shouldn't feel that इधर भी click कर लूँ, उधर भी click कर लूँ, कहाँ click करूँ. So that's why the interface is designed in a manner where you don't have distractions. We give the news and we give it in the best possible manner and in the easiest possible manner. As far as the articles are concerned, we try to use very high quality pictures for our articles, and all concepts are explained in a very, very easy manner. So this is something again different in Newsahoot, right? Generally, the traditional problem is that when you are reading the newspaper, the assumption is that this person must have been reading something for a long time. इसको पता ही होगा ये सब. So the background knowledge is taken for granted. Whereas with Newsahoot's case, we explain everything from the start. We give you a lot of context, right? So if you're talking about the lumpy skin disease, for example, we will not say that, oh yes, lumpy skin disease has killed thousands of cows, and now what will happen next after these cows have died. We start from the beginning, right? What is lumpy skin disease? Where did it come from? And now, how did it end up killing XYZ many cows, so on and so forth. So what others take for granted, we like to go in depth. We like to give detailed information and in a very concise manner. So all our articles are maybe around 400-450 words. But coming to your original question, the short-term vision of Newsahoot is to just build this habit and inculcate this habit of reading the news at a child's level. Right? We want to make news accessible. We want to get out there and kind of spread this word that even children can read the news, right? It's not that news hai hi nahi bachcho ke liye. So short-term vision is just a realization aspect that we make people comfortable with the idea of children consuming the news as well. And the long-term vision is that we partner with different schools. We try to make news as accessible, as ready for children as possible, so that even children get into the news ecosystem, how all of us are.
Yeah, that is a great one. So first of all, I saw the website's UI, and again there is like different things, little things that I got to see. I just saw in your website. I did not see that in any other website. So the thing is, first of all, the difficult words for students. If you just hover over there, the difficult words meaning come out there. So these are like little things I saw in your website. And also, how is that like business behind this system? What is the real business about this?
Right. So there are a lot of features on the Newsahoot website which are meant specifically for children, right, to ease their understanding. One of the major features is that every article that we publish is published in 3 difficulty levels. So there's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Another feature is what you mentioned, right? We have an on-hover glossary. So if you hover over difficult words, the meaning pops up. And here also the meaning that pops up of these words is not just from, a Cambridge dictionary or an Oxford dictionary. We write these meanings internally in-house because we know sometimes even the dictionary meaning can get a little too much for children, right? Another feature at the end is that, we have a quick revision section. So students who are not in the mood to read the entire article, they can just go through the quick revision section and suddenly they're caught up to date. We have these magic keywords at the end. We like to call them magic keywords, but they're just, little words which instill in your brain what the article was about. And now recently we've introduced a comment section as well. So a lot of times, children keep putting up their views and how the article made them feel. So yeah, the UI is designed to ensure that news is accessible in an easy manner, and children are in fact, absorbing what they are reading.
Yeah, awesome. So the next question would be just about why children. Means you could have targeted like other sectors like young men and elders, but why you chose the children only to for providing the news out?
So this is an excellent question, and we actually get a lot of people ask us this question: why focus only on children? Why not focus on young adults or old people? But the simple answer to that is that as far as our idea and model is concerned, as of date anyway, children are the only stakeholders in the ecosystem who do not have access to news, right? Old people get their news from maybe newspapers. A slightly younger people, our parents, they watch TV debates, so they try to consume TV news and newspapers. Similarly, everybody has chalked out a niche for themselves, right? Somebody who travels a lot may listen to the radio and try to get news from there. But in this entire ecosystem, everybody gets the news from one place or the other, but children don't get it from anywhere, right? So that is the gap that we identified and we wanted to bridge to ensure that children are also in this position where they at least get news which, makes them better humans. Children are a very, very integral part of the ecosystem, right? So tomorrow they are the ones who are going to become adults. So if we can just through news teach them moral values, how to be better humans, respect women, then somebody should be definitely doing that. And we decided that, if no one's doing it, let us try to ensure that these values are, brought from childhood only. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. So what is the current stage of Newsahoot? How many users are there, website visitors, and the stats, what are that showing?
Fair enough. So just launched 3 months back, but we're quite happy to, with our numbers that are coming in. We already have more than 1,000 students who have subscribed to Newsahoot. So these students they've signed up on Newsahoot and they've been consuming our content and article. Recently, we've also partnered with Teach for India. We're partnering with more private schools as well now to ensure that news is accessible to them, right? We got featured in Indian Express, we got featured in Hindustan Times. It was a big day for us as a new company. But we're very happy to see that, a lot of the stakeholders in the entire ecosystem, be it school administrators, students, NGOs, everybody has kind of come forward to support what we are trying to do here. So we're quite happy about that, and we're hoping that we continue to see success in this model.
Yeah. So I just gone through your interview in Indian Express, and then I just saw that you're going to raise the money for investment for the startup and create your own application, like a mobile app. So what are your thoughts on that? What are you going to do that with the application and the money?
So I think the fundamental part about having an application is that it just makes the product more easily accessible. Right now, where Newsahoot is, every day when an article is published, we send out a WhatsApp notification. So Newsahoot subscribers receive a WhatsApp notification every day at 4 p.m. Hey, a new article just got published. Right? So that just kind of ensures that people know what's going on. They keep coming back to the website. But definitely a long-term solution for that would be that we have an app of our own where we can offer more services which perhaps are not very easily accessible on a website. Right. So, for example, I'll give you a little bit of insider information. So, over the next 2-3 months, we are planning to bring in games. Right. So, every article will have a game under it. So, maybe a hangman or a find the difference or find the word. So, all of these things we feel will be more comfortable on an app. But at the same time, we don't have an app yet because we don't want to hinder user experience. So, the kind of demography that we deal with, we have children from the best of schools in India and actually even internationally, and then we have students who are from low income private schools, right? So a website kind of helps us to ensure that we are able to we are accessible to everyone. A website you can just open on any iPhone, you can open it on any Android phone, tablet, desktop, anything, right? Whereas for an app, you need to ensure, yes, the app is optimized for Google Play. Now, if it's there on Google Play, then it has to be optimized for the best of phones and the cheapest of phones. Similarly, you have to create another app for iOS. So rather than just making an app, in a hurry, we want to take it slow, but the foundation of everything that we do at Newsahoot has to be very strong. So an app is definitely on the cards in the future, but not at the immediate moment.
So what are the new features that you are going to add in the application? Because an app really makes accessible, it is very easy to literally log in the website and start surfing the news, but in application you can add many more features. So what are your new features which you will be including in the application?
Those things, Pranav, that we've already done on the website are kind of new in themselves, right? So when you say that we publish only one article a day, which is what we do at Newsahoot, that's something that's unheard of, right? Who publishes only one article a day, right? But our focus is so much on quality and to ensure that students are not overburdened by the news. So this is in itself, it's one new feature, right? Another new feature is this on-hover glossary. No, like you said that, you've not seen other websites do it. So we are again trying to see, what are the new features that we can bring in, but at the same time, we don't want to just bring in features to say that, oh, we have so many new features. We want to ensure that the features that we bring in add quality and value to our product, right? Children should be able to resonate with those features. When we added a comment section, it's a very basic thing, but our concern was, will children even want to comment? And then we, I'll just give you an example. We published an article on Serena Williams' retirement, and how her journey has been quite difficult, right? So people have discriminated against her for many different reasons, maybe being a woman or maybe being a person of color. And one student actually wrote in our comment section that, even I have a lot of pimples, but if Serena can fight it out, then so can I. So again, the whole point of us bringing in new features on Newsahoot is that we are not just adding features for namesake. We want to ensure that these features add quality, which is why we are currently exploring to bring in, a games feature where, you can maybe answer a few questions as a pop quiz or play a hangman game or find the difference. And all of these will be right under the article and will be related to the article. So basically you read the article and then you can reinforce your learning. So this, we are in we're considering, we're in finalization stages of, kind of approving the idea internally and seeing that, it has to add value. So that is a core metric for us at Newsahoot.
Yeah, okay, that is awesome. The app will be really engaging if you add games and stuff like that. Yeah. So Anmol, now you have got a little bit more experience, not little bit, about running a startup, as well as you are a law student. So what will be your advice to my audience, that is students and college students who are into college and who just want to do anything in life? What will be your advice? General advice, what will be yours?
So general advice will be that, you should start working on something that you feel passionately about. I finished law school and I had a job, and life was comfortable, right? I was making money, but at the end of the day, I realized that this was not giving me too much of happiness. So I pivoted. I took a major life decision and I pivoted away from law into entrepreneurship, and now I have my own company. So the advice would be that, if you think whatever it is you're doing is not meant for you, just don't think twice about it. Start working on what you want to do on a long-term basis. everybody can work hard on a short term basis. एक हफ्ता ज़्यादा मेहनत कर लिया, एग्जाम्स चल रहे 2 हफ्ते 3 हफ्ते, but once your college is done, life begins, right? So you have to ensure whatever you're doing is sustainable. You don't have to work hard every day and work for 16 hours 18 hours, but it has to be sustainable. Like I mean I keep telling people that and I keep telling myself that it's not a race, it's a marathon. So you have to run slowly, but you have to run a very long distance. But it's most important is to just start. A lot of times, Pranav, even when I had to start Newsahoot, I used to think that website कैसे बनेगा, content कैसे आएगा, journalist चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए. But you have to start somewhere, and once you start, you keep paving the way for yourself. So just start today as soon as possible and work towards what makes you happy.
Yeah. So that was really great talking to you, Anmol, and I really enjoyed the conversation with you. So I wish good best of luck for your future.
Thank you,
and
sir.
also, is there anything you want to add at the end of this podcast so that we can conclude the podcast here?
Sure. I think since Newsahoot is my company, if any of your audience is or knows somebody who falls between the age group of 8 and 15, I'd love for them to check out Newsahoot and just kind of explore our content. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, you just learned something new. So that's perfectly all right, and I think that's about it, Pranav.
Yeah. So I will be giving the link in description about Newsahoot's website. You can check that out also. So yeah, that was great talking to Anmol. Thank you very much for joining for this conversation. And hope to see you again for another podcast. And
Thank you so much for inviting
that was
me.
great. Yeah, that was great. So thank you very much.
Have a good day.
So if you like the video, hit the like button, share with your friends and family members. Most importantly, subscribe for more such podcasts coming in the future, and follow me on Instagram at Pranav_Patil70. Don't forget to follow on Spotify also, because we are also in the Spotify. Link is in description, you can check that out. Follow me on Spotify also, and do listen my podcast out there on Spotify also. Also, let me know in the comment section which podcast do you want in the upcoming future or the next podcast. Let me know in the comment section, and bye bye, see you in the next one.